Have you ever noticed that the perfume your mom or even your grandmother wears smells completely different from what's popular today? Or maybe you've wondered why people used to have one signature scent while now it seems like everyone has a fragrance wardrobe. Fragrance trends have changed dramatically over the years, and honestly, they tell us a lot about how we've changed too. So in today's video, let's take a walk through the decades and explore how perfume have evolved from a luxury item to something deeply personal. Hi, I'm London from Expressive Aromas, and if you're new here, we create custom fragrance experiences where people design scents that are completely their own. And one of my favorite things about fragrance is that it's always evolving. So let's look at where we've been, where we are now, and where I think the fragrance industry is headed next. Let's get into it. First, let's start with the early decades, like around the early to mid 20th century. Back then, perfume wasn't something most people collected. It was something you invested in. Many people owned one fragrance, or maybe max like two. People would say things like, "She always smells like Chanel No. 5, or "Whenever I smell that perfume, I think of my aunt." Your fragrance became part of your identity. These perfumes also tended to be much bolder. They were designed to make a statement and leave a lasting impression. There wasn't much talk about switching fragrance with the seasons or matching your scent to your mood. You found one that you loved and you stayed so loyal to it. Now, as lifestyles have changed, so did our perfume. People became busier, fashion became more casual, and fragrance followed that shift. Instead of wearing rich, dramatic scents every day, people started reaching for fragrances that felt lighter, cleaner, and just easier to wear. Think like our fresh citrus, soft florals. Fragrance became less about saving it for special occasions and more about enjoying it every day. Instead of asking, "What's my signature scent?" people started asking, "What fragrance fits today?" Then something interesting happened. More recently, people started looking for individuality. Instead of buying whatever fragrance was the most popular, they wanted something that felt more personal. Today, people often tell us, "I don't want to smell like everyone else," or "I'm looking for something that feels like me." And that shift has completely changed the fragrance industry. It's less about following trends and more about how fragrance represents you. Because fragrance is incredibly personal, the same scent can remind two people of two completely different memories. Another one of the biggest changes we've seen recently isn't just what people are buying, it's how they buy it. People aren't looking for a bottle of perfume anymore. They're looking for an experience, something hands-on where they have a say on the perfume and that they themselves can create. It helps to learn why they love certain scents, experiment with combinations they never would have considered. That's one of the reasons custom fragrance experiences have become so popular. Instead of someone deciding what you should wear and only having limited options to choose from, you become part of the creative process. And I think that's what makes the fragrance so much more meaningful. When you create it yourself, it becomes more than a perfume. It actually becomes a memory. So what does the future of perfume really look like? Personally, I think it's becoming much more personal. People want authenticity, they want customization, they want products that reflect who they are instead of what's trending. I also think we'll continue to see fragrance move beyond personal perfumes. We're already seeing people become more intentional about scenting their homes, weddings, events, hotels, and even workspaces. Scent is becoming part of how people create experiences and not just how they present themselves. And that's a really exciting direction for the industry to go into. So looking back at fragrance through the decades, there's one thing that becomes so clear, that perfume has always been about more than just smelling good. And now more than ever, it's about creating something that's uniquely yours. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a signature scent you've worn for years, or do you like switching fragrances depending on your mood or the season or even just the time of day? Let me know in the comments. I always love reading everyone's fragrance favorites. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us here at Expressive Aromas as we explore the world of fragrance, one scent story at a time. Thanks for watching, my scent babies, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.